Hi, this is Renee with Fraley Farm Mini Homestead. I want to show you guys my chicken feeder. I have a chicken feeder that I made from a 5-gallon bucket. It has 3 ports on it for my chickens to eat. This is a gravity feeder, so these PVC pipes that are inside here are 90-degree curved 3-inch pipes for them to stick their head in and eat the food that falls to the bottom of the bucket. This is their actual feeder. I did wash it. I'm cleaning right now for the fall and for the winter. So this is discolored, but it is clean, okay? So I want to show you guys how I made it. So what I did is I used a hole saw and I drilled a hole, and the base of the hole saw was about 3 inches from the bottom, okay? So once you drill your hole, you want to use a file and kind of file and shave the edges of this hole, because it will be very frayed, and sometimes even though it's the correct size, sometimes it's still difficult to get this to go inside the bucket. So you may have to use a heat gun or something to heat the edges, or you have to just kind of just fight with this thing to get this pipe to go in. So the end of the pipe has a large wide area. The inside of the pipe does not, okay? Actually, when I first bought this, it was this type of pipe on both ends, so I had to use a hacksaw to cut the end off in order for me to get this inside the bucket, okay? Now, what I also did is once you get all 3 of your pipes inside, okay, you have to put a screw in there, otherwise these things will turn once the chicken sticks their heads inside there. So what I did was I drilled a pilot hole from the inside of this pipe into the bucket so I could see where to put my screw. And then hopefully you can see this, but there's my screw there, and I put it into through the bucket and into this pipe. And again, hopefully you can see this. I'm sorry about this, but you can see where the screw comes through the bucket and it attaches to here, okay? And that way you don't want to screw it all the way through, because otherwise you take a chance that once the chicken sticks their head inside here to eat, it'll scratch their neck. So you just want to go just inside this pipe and then you stop, okay? So what I did is I covered the tips of the screws with duct tape, so that way when the food is falling down, it doesn't get caught inside the head of the screw. So with the chicken feeder, of course, you want to also put a bead of caulk around here to prevent any moisture from getting in here, but then also to prevent any food from spilling out. I keep their feeder on top of a milk crate because I don't want any mice to jump inside here if that's possible. So basically, once you've got this made, you fill this with feed, and like I say, it's a gravity feeder. The feed will fall down to the bottom of the bucket, and as the chickens eat, that feed will continue to fall down, okay? I keep a top on it because otherwise they'll jump on top of it and eat out of it, or they'll poop in it or anything of that sort. So you want to try to keep it clean. And I also will put a watering can on top just to try to keep them from jumping on top of this. For the chickens waterer, so this is also a gravity waterer that I ordered from Amazon. So this comes with a bit for you to drill the hole in the bucket. Make sure you do not make the hole bigger than it should be, otherwise water is going to leak out. This comes with a rubber stopper, and this stopper goes on the inside of the bucket, so that way when you tighten this down, it provides a water safe seal so the water doesn't leak out. So as you fill your container with water, water will cause this to, again, from gravity, to push down, which will stop the water from flowing. As the chicken drinks the water and this lifts back up, it will fill itself back up with water, okay? On occasion, you have to watch these to make sure that they don't leak, because sometimes these little areas on the side will break and this cup can break off, and then you'll have a water leak. All right. Thank you guys for supporting my channel. I really appreciate it. Like, share, and subscribe. Bye. All right, one thing I forgot to tell you guys is when you are drilling your hole with your hole saw for your feeder, make sure that you can put the pilot hole in there in the center of the hole saw, but make sure that when you're drilling the final hole, that you drill it backwards. That way you will not have as many frayed edges, and it will be a lot less work to have to file. Also, when you're done with putting the PVC pipes inside the bucket, make sure you rinse that bucket very well. You do not want your chickens eating plastic. On the water, if you decide to make the watering bucket like I have, I only use one port for my chickens, and I've got 13 chickens, but my chickens also free range. On the property, there's also several areas where I have watering stations for them to drink, so that way they stay well hydrated. All right, you guys have a good day. Bye.